So the other day I tweeted about how I discovered the perfect way to train in Rocket League, and I guarantee that if you try this out for yourself, your future self will thank you. I personally have over 11,000 hours in the game, and I'm even finding this super useful for elevating my own gameplay. And what's cool is that this works for all skill levels, all ranks, and any mechanic or skill that you want to particularly work on. But before I jump into it, if you're enjoying the daily episodes and haven't subscribed yet, it helps me out a ton. Anyway, let me first explain what this is all about. We start with the training pack. It actually does not matter which training pack you do this with, but for today I'm using the Ultimate Warm-Up by Hanada. This pack has 50 shots of varying positions and speed of the ball, and we're going to take every single one of these shots and turn them into one type of shot. For this video, I've decided to show off double touches. Now, double touches can be pretty tough for many players, so I would say that if you want to try this pack at a lower level, maybe try catching the ball and dribbling the ball into the goal without dropping it, or to elevate it a little bit even further, try this without any boost at all, which makes it just that much more difficult. To see your gradual improvement, try also using a stopwatch and time yourself. If you find the training pack is too easy for the shot you're taking, try something else and make it a little harder for yourself. In the future, I might do another video where I take suggestions of tough packs and certain mechanics. But the idea here is to be uncomfortable and try to minimize the discomfort in each shot. Believe it or not, that is how you learn car control. It's a natural progression, and early on in my Rocket League days, I sat in training routines like this for hours on end trying to perfect one single situation. Anyway, let's jump right into the very first run of this training pack, and I'll explain as I go through of what things I look for and how to improve. 3, 2, 1, go. Timers for myself, it doesn't really actually matter. You can just, do these in practice until you get good touches. But it's a matter of just getting used to the positions and getting good solid contact and then trying to follow it up for the next touch. I did that one already. On to the number 3. Also, I'm using Bakisma, which is allowing me to skip through these a little bit faster, which I hope is just, good for you guys watching. And if you don't have Bakisma, you can get it on Epic Games and Steam. But otherwise, if your console, sorry, there's no luck. There's a good double tap. Move on here. And this is basically what I'm doing through all the shots. Like, a lot of them are pretty weird, though. You'll see in the bit, there's a few shots that are kind of an exception. But obviously, this is just an example of what you can do with training packs. Don't just, do what you normally would do. Try something different. This shot is one of those exceptions where it's kind of like, what am I doing? But we did it, though. There we go. Oh, I'm coming in too hot. So that's when I'm realizing that my starting hit was good, but the way I came in was not. So I want to slow it down a little bit and change up my direction. It's a good first touch. Bit of a tough shot, though. Reset it. Oh, side flip. It's a good first touch. Got to slow myself down a little bit. And you can see how I'm changing my... oh, I already did this one. I'm changing my aerial direction by, slowing myself down. There we go. You can see how each one of these is a different situation, and you can turn it into a double tap. We could do another series of this or another episode where instead of a double tap, it's like a flip reset or something. And we have to do that each time. But you can see it doesn't really... I'm not really too focused on where it's going on the shot. We could do another challenge in the future where it's has to not touch the floor. And this shot right here is actually under appreciated. Being able to turn on this really quickly and get a shot directly towards target. You can see it's not actually that easy to get a consistent shot, but it's really good practice to just turn on this and drift like this and try to get it back towards target. If I get this on target, it would be a miracle. Right here, I'm going to use the pop to pop the ball up, and then hopefully I can shoot it towards target. I do, and there we go. This is one of these shots where it's a little bit tough, but I might have to do another aerial touch to get to the backboard first, like that. So that's currently what I want to do. So I'm going to soften the ball and then follow it with an air dribble. I don't think I got it high enough. But even in still doing this and practicing these touches, I'm getting consistent at air dribbles, at first touches. I'm getting good touches like this. Let's see if I can follow it to the backboard. Nice. So you're learning a lot more just by doing this. Obviously, I'm able to do this stuff, and you might not be able to, but that should be your goal. Is if people ask me on stream, which people do ask me all the time, how do I improve and stuff? I'm like, are you doing these kind of training packs and getting into awkward positions and trying to improve them? Because the only way you're going to improve is if you don't do the same thing you're doing all the time. If you're doing the same old training that you do every day in free play, there's no way you're going to improve because that's what you're used to. You're doing what's comfortable instead of what's uncomfortable. So you want to improve your roster of moves and abilities. So these are just mirrored, I guess. Not a great shot. Probably go a little bit higher this one. There we go. Good first touch. Try to follow it. I'm a little bit too close to the net though. Oh yeah, wait. That's hard. So you could wait for the bounce here if you're not comfortable with it. I'm trying to use the fact that there might be someone challenging in my head. Like I think, okay, there's someone challenging that ball. I gotta jump up earlier. Obviously I'm using like 300 boost. But still, it's good to get comfortable. Same with this. I might wait for the bounce here because it's a little bit too heavy of a touch. And there we go. Next one. Get a first air dribble into a touch first and then follow it with the shot. Well played. This one's obviously at the wall. So just go for a single touch and then into a double touch again. So it's all kind of the same thing, but as you go through this, you'll get more and more comfortable and you'll find that your reads on your backboards are going to be much more consistent. As you can see, I'm kind of flying through these shots now. So the more you practice this, the more consistent you'll get. I swear on my life, I did this pack. I played a ranked game, and the first shot I scored was off a kickoff, a big double tap, which was like super confident shot off of the first touch. It sounds silly, but I do feel like way more confident when I do these kind of things. And you know, I've got 11,000 hours in the game. There's no excuse for me to not do these anymore. I think that's still helpful to get practice in these basic things. Woo. That came up a lot higher than I expected. I'll back up a little bit first so I can get a little bit more of a pop. Hey. There we go. Ah. I suck. There we go. That's a good first touch. So I'm going to soften the touch with that little air roll that I did there to soften the ball closer. I guess this is the same thing on the other side. This feels a little bit closer though. There we go. Nice. I guess this is like just a setup here. Like I said, not all of them are great for setups for double taps, but the idea is try to like improvise and find a way to do it. This one's like kind of like setting you up for the wall dribble. See if I can do a flip reset into the double. No, never mind. Make sure I get a good solid touch and then follow it with the shot. There we go. Same thing on the other side. And this is good too because it's mirroring your shots. I find that I do bias one side a little more than the other when I'm in free play. So I tend to not practice like the left side as much. So this is good practice too to get used to shooting from different positions. Get a first touch and then a second in the air. And you can see how I'm softening that touch too with the fact that I'm air rolling. Keep it close, but then also, you know, with some power, so it gets consistently to the wall. So good soft touch off the ceiling. Didn't air roll properly though. Right here, you want to soften it with the front of the car, and then obviously lead into it. But if you are still at a level where you can't double tap, and you know you're not finding these shots very comfortable, just practice good contact onto the backboard. Don't even try with the follow up, and then try to get used to air rolling at the last second to get a little more comfortable of a shot. Like the air roll helps you basically. Oh, I already did the shot. The air roll helps you reduce recoil of the car and the ball. It's a pretty fast one. Some of these are really fast, so getting the double tap is a lot more difficult. You're gonna find, I think it's like 39 or 37 in this pack. Is really quick, not quickly. I already did this one. There we go. I always forget to skip to the next one. Nice. I'm trying to make this like super quick for you guys so you can just see like how I'm approaching each shot, and how I'm like hitting that touch like right there. You can see how when I'm making the mistakes, I'm not getting that consistent touch that I am, and in the ones where I am successful, and hopefully, oh, this one's one of the hard ones. Oy. So yeah, like I'm trying to double tap this. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing. This one might take me a while, but I'm gonna keep going until I double tap it. In a real game, you wouldn't do this, but it's elevating my abilities as a player to go in these ridiculous situations and make something of it. And then when you play Rocket League, you'll find that the situations you actually get presented are a lot easier than these. So that's why like I like to do this. It makes the regular shots seem really easy, and then I get more confident with my shots in the game. Because no one's gonna, you know, get this shot in most situations, and someone's gonna defend it. So I need to go a little bit higher up, and then adjust the softness of the touch like that. It's all about just getting used to these. This is the one I'm talking about, 37. It's possible. So I'm going to keep trying until I do it. Oi! So close. I'm trying to focus on this one. Nope, shot it. Great. I got the blue, but I didn't get on target. There we go. I would count that. I mean, like, it's all on your own basis anyways. If you think that it's worth, I mean, if it counts, it counts. I also didn't mention that I do like using the corners as well. But to do that, you have to kind of tap it like this off that corner. There we go. So I like to use those corners as well as like a double tap. That one's a little bit awkward to do a double tap. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it's really possible to do a shot off the backboard. But you know, right here, I like to pop this one up and then try to follow it up with an air dribble afterwards. Get the proper stop for it, and then I can follow it up like this. It's a little bit tough. If you don't want that, you can wait for it to go to the backboard and roll up. I like to try and challenge myself. This one's pretty tough. I mean, sure. I guess that would count. I'm way too close. Oh, so close. Not a good touch. No, I like triple tapped it, but I couldn't score. This one's one of the harder ones too, just because of the setup. I'm getting like decent shots, but I'm just not getting on target or off the backboard. This should be it here. There we go. So yeah, like I said, I've got 11,000 hours, and there's still a lot of things that like I'm not consistent at. And practicing these like simpler things as far as like mechanics go is really good with consistency. Just getting good touches. Like every time I shoot this, I should be scoring this off a double tap in game, but as you can see, still missing. But that's kind of what you want to do. You want to improve your consistency and learn how to get like soft touches like this, where you kind of cushion the ball with your car. That way you can get a perfect follow up. I just finished that one. It's kind of weird. I gotta go for a wide shot here. That counts. It's all about like that proper. It's all about the first touch for most of these. You can see like I'm trying to lead around to the middle of the ball, so it pops with the way that my car also is driving. Well, also flying. I mean, not driving. Once I'm in the air, I want to make sure that I follow it like this. Probably shoot this. Nice. There we go. Not a good touch. This one's further away now, so when I see this ball being ahead of the midfield, I would say like I like to follow this up with a second touch to get to the backboard first. Make a touch like that, and then redirect myself into a good position. This is gonna be tough. I don't think I'm gonna score this unless I hit it off the corner. Okay, close. That's a good first touch. So it's already leading towards the goal. I hit the crossbar though. The way that I want to pop this is kind of like pop it to the left a little bit, so it stays near the middle of the field, and my car can follow it up into a follow-up touch. Still a bit far here. That was gonna be really tough to score if I didn't get that first angle. There we go. Get a little bit of a redirect off the back of my car. The way that I shoot these is if I'm super close to the net, I don't really air roll too much. I just like to do a backflip like this and then change my car to become the wall. I've talked about this in my Road to SSL series. If you haven't followed along with that, I've got 2 playlists. I like to create a wall between the ball and the goal, and then basically just reflect the ball off of that. You know, going back to like old elementary physics, you know, just light reflections and stuff, sort of like that. Obviously, you take into account like, the bounce of the ball and stuff isn't going to be consistent. This could be a double tap off the. Oh, that's super tough. I was gonna say you could like do stuff like where you hit it off the ceiling and then go into the double tap like this. It's pretty tough, but it's also doable, and it's a pretty good mechanic to get used to use the ceiling, because people are using it more often now at the high level. Oy, oy, oy. I'm gonna try to do that on this one. Like I said, it's not, the timer isn't really that important. It's for your own sake, and for me, like I want to try and improve like getting a setup where I can hit off the ceiling and then follow it. This is gonna be a decent read. I mean, it's all about just doing what you're uncomfortable with, like I said. So don't follow along exactly with what I'm doing, obviously, if you can't do that, like what I just did there, off the ceiling and then off to the backboard. Just start with a simple shot and stuff and practice that, and then try to elevate your play as you practice. Like, I get so many people like who have like 1,000 hours in the game, and they say they never do this. And in order to do the things that SSLs are doing, you have to just work on consistency. There's no workaround. There's no shortcut. People just did this over and over again, and I just don't like that people think that there's like some secrets they don't know. There aren't. You just need to get the muscle memory and practice. You can see how even in this training pack where I've gone through it, I've made quite a few mistakes, but that's okay though, because that's actually meaning that I'm trying something that I'm not super comfortable with, to the point where I'm making mistakes, and I can, you know, try to elevate my play, like try to shoot this off the corner instead, and I'm happy with that. That's good enough. It might not be a goal in game, but it's something. And it's like, you know, might confuse a player, might make someone challenge in the corner when they shouldn't. And that's all that matters. There we go. Oh, never mind. I had the right setup, but my car was still coming in way too hot. Once again. I mean, it's a decent shot off the ceiling, but for the sake of this pack, I want to do double taps. Which is kind of the whole point. So there we go. It's a pretty good shot. And then we got the last one here. Pretty far setup. I'm going to back my car up a little bit. See if I can get a... Probably going to do a follow-up touch on this one. So try to pop it up like that and then get a setup. Hit it way too hard though. So the way I want to pop this is underneath. A little bit lighter. And then follow it up with the touch. And there we go. So that wasn't too bad. Honestly, 1648. It's technically 47. But I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little look at like a way to train. And I think like my consistency gets way better when I do this, especially when I haven't played for a while. I don't really care about the striker percentage at the end here, like the 15%. It's all about just practicing and resetting and stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little look. Like I said, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.